So with our skirt, we're going to put a waistband on it. But one of the things in design that we have to think about is this is going to be the waistband, and we have to think about what we called an interfacing is going to be. So you have to decide how stiff you want the waistband to be. So this one, which is like a canvas interfacing, this particular one hasn't got a sticky back, so you can't iron it on like you can do with some of these. Now this is like a normal paper one that you'd get that has an effect, and what I'm going to do is put them on what the waistband and show you what the effects will be. So we'll just iron on, and this is an iron on interfacing. I'm just cutting it to size so you can see the effect, and then I'll put it in the middle, and you just glide that on. And so with the paper one, it gives the waistband a little bit of body, so that when you fold it in half like this, it does give a little bit of body to and structure to the waistband. That's what you'd like. Then you've got these interfacings. Like this one is a jersey one. So say you were using, like we're doing with that jersey. Yeah. So you tend to use this jersey interfacing on a jersey like this, and I'm going to just show you a little bit of it and what happens. Yes, exactly. So that you use the property of, let's get that there and that there. I know it's difficult white on white, but you can't feel it, but it gives it a little bit of body, but it actually stops the jersey, but it moves with the jersey. However, there's also this jersey, which is a slightly different weight, that I'm going to show you what it looks like when you put it on cotton, so you get an idea. So you can see that's not doing much. It gives it a little bit of structure, but not too much. And if I press it in the middle like that, you can see how firm that one is compared to that one. Yeah. Then we've got, what else have we got here? Oh, yes. Now this one, you use a lot in tailoring, horsehair, but they've got the iron-on horsehair style, and that gives a really good structure. Let's get a bigger piece. Horsehair. They call it horsehair. They use it in tailoring in jacket fronts and things like that. It's quite thick, but this is an iron-on version as opposed to the stuff that is stitched on by hand in like Savile Row tailoring. They stitch it on by hand, but that gives a really good structure. It's a nice. I like it because it gives a nice stiffness to the fabric, but it has a certain amount of movement as well, which these ones, you can see that's compared to that one that's got a little bit of movement, but it still gives it that nice structure. So that's a nice feel. Yeah. This one is one you have to stitch on. That's a canvas one again, but so you see those garments that have those big waves that just stick out? You do something like this buckram inside it. And I had another one. Now this one, it's an interfacing that works like this. You bar it on the roll, you iron it down like this, you peel off the back, and it gives you a nice glue. So if you wanted to sandwich something, like ordinarily, if you're making petals or especially in millinery and you're doing things like that, you'd put a little piece of wire here, fold it over like this, and then that's glued together, so it's now one piece. So you'd cut out your design. Say you wanted a, should have bought you the wire, but say you wanted a shape like this. So that's now sealed, it won't fray, and then your wire be in the middle, and then you just make your shape. Yeah, yeah, it's really good stuff. And that's just a brief introduction of what interfacings can do for the waistband on this or on any garment that you're designing.
So we're going to do the bust measurement, whether your waist is high or whether it's low or just